Hello guys, today I want to show you one more Hall effect gaming mechanical keyboard. This time this is a Major 68 from Lumen K, and this is a, as you understand, 68 keys compact gaming mechanical keyboard. Why it's gaming? Because it's with Gatron Jade magnetic switches. You have two versions, one is performance, one is pro. I think the difference is only in switches. Today I have with Gatron Jade one, and I would say I really prefer this switch. First of all, it's good for RGB if you like it, and second, they sounds pretty nice. Also, this is a aluminium, fully aluminium body. You have two parts, bottom shell and upper shell, right? And you have a PCB in the middle of this keyboard. So what is really interesting about this keyboard? Because you can say like, okay, yeah, it's one more gaming mechanical keyboard with Hall effect switches. Right, from one side you're right, but from other side, this is a really first, at least for me, a combination of budget. The price for this keyboard is only around 100 bucks. Gatron, standard Gatron magnetic switches. You have a software to change actuation point. Yes, software is not the best part of this keyboard, but software always can be improved later. And sound. You will hear the sound in a minute and you will understand what I'm excited of, right? And if the price for this keyboard would be, I don't know, like 200 bucks to 250, I would agree with you that yes, it's one more gaming mechanical keyboard with Hall effect switches. But take into account the price, the perfect build quality, because I will show you how this keyboard is built and you will understand what I'm talking about. And sound, why not? So now you can buy a pretty well built gaming mechanical keyboard with Hall effect switches, with Gatron, which means you can use, for example, this King switch, right? And you will have slightly different sound. Obviously you can use any keycaps what you want, but let's go into the details. So together with this keyboard you will have only cable, one switch and puller and some user manual, and that's all, because this is a wired keyboard, so no wireless transmitter, no battery. This is very simple but pretty neat keyboard. So from the front side you have 68 keys with PBT double shot keycaps, at least in my case for this pro version. These keycaps very well made with like proper legends, and this is not a shine through keycap set, just so you know. Under the keycaps you will have this Gatron Jade magnetic switch, very well known, no surprises. Under the switch you will have a PCB, right, without any switch pads, but you don't need them, at least with this configuration. And you have a north-facing RGB, right? And you have two holes, so theoretically this PCB can accept or flat bottom switches, magnetic switches, or with two pins as in case of Gatron Jade, right? From other sides, it's just perfectly made aluminum case with this additional shield on the top front side. On the back side you have only USB-C cable, and on the bottom side you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 screws that you need to unscrew to get inside this keyboard, and it means that it's very easy to do, and this keyboard is really modding friendly because you just need to unscrew 8 screws and open the case, and that's all. But how this keyboard is sound? Now you understand why I'm so excited about this keyboard, because this is a keyboard with magnetic switches, which is a little bit different structure from classical mechanical switches, and this keyboard is still sound perfect. So that's why I'm saying for this budget with these parameters, this could be a really good choice for you. Also, forget to mention that you have some set of additional keycaps for arrow and for escape, and this is translucent or transparent keycaps, and this add pretty nice accent to the keyboard itself, so the keyboard looks pretty amazing with RGB. So from the software point of view, everything pretty simple. On the top right side you have the spooling rate, what you can change. Then you have performance tab, which is the most important, and you can change the actuation point from 0.1 to 3.5 millimeters. You have this rapid trigger function, and you have this top dead and bottom dead zones, and you can select all switches, for example, put them on 1 millimeter, save to the keyboard itself, and forget about this driver and the settings, because this is like basically everything what you need, right? In advanced section you can do some different mapping, you can do macro, you can change RGB, and RGB is pretty brightful on this keyboard, especially with these keycaps, accents, so the keyboard looks pretty awesome. So as I mentioned, you need just to unscrew 8 screws to get inside of this keyboard, so it's pretty modding friendly keyboard, I would say, right? So to disassemble this keyboard you need just to lift up the upper shell, and immediately you get access to the PCB sandwich, and take into account that it's a wired version, you don't have any cables and any batteries, right? PCB is standard, you can see a bottom side of the switches. The gasket mounted structure made pretty interesting because it's a one silicone together with PCB sandwich layer, which is in between of metal switch plate and PCB itself, right? Underneath you have silicone cover, and that's all. So what I can say at the end of this video, I'm really glad that we finally came to the stage, or to the phase when we start getting the real good high quality build gaming mechanical keyboards with Hall effect and with magnetic switches, with rapid trigger and all of that, and all of this just for 100 bucks. I remember just 1 year ago it was the same for the classical mechanical keyboard with like normal mechanical switches, and it was a golden price for the really cool mechanical keyboard. And right now you can have absolutely the same, but with magnetic switches if you want them, if you like them. So that's why I think personally this keyboard is worth your attention.